What's up, everybody? John from ReplayStation here with a little reaction video for you guys for the Sony press conference. The E3 press conference was last night, and usually I'm a retro guy. I like to talk about the older PlayStation stuff, but I feel compelled to talk about this because as a Sony fanboy myself, I feel like my team just won the championship. Sony went out there on that stage and laid a severe beating on Microsoft that was heard around the gaming world. It was just savage what Sony laid out on Microsoft. I mean, Xbox One's done. And you know, in case you've been living under a rock, here's the whole spiel. So, Xbox One, online DRM, use game restrictions, has to check in once every 24 hours or pretty much just bricks with all your games. Just all this kind of stuff. And then announces a $4.99 price point. $500 for a thing that you can only buy new games for. I've never been a Microsoft guy. I mean, I like Halo, but that's about it. So Sony comes out. They do the Vita thing. They do the PS3 thing. First off, there are some PS3 games that I'm really compelled by. A lot of people are giving Beyond Two Souls some crap because it's weird having real actors, and stars Ellen Page from Juno and Willem Dafoe, who you know as Creepy. And I mean, the game just looks incredible. It's almost like it seems like this beautiful fusion of like Tomb Raider and Uncharted with like military, but like the creators of Heavy Rain are doing it, and you know, so it's really story driven and it looks incredible. I mean, sitting next to PS4 stuff, maybe not necessarily, but for current gen hardware, it looks fantastic. So I'm really interested in that. I mean, I'm sold. Like, I've never bought a console launch day, but PS4 is probably going to get my money. So here's what Sony does. Sony lays out Vita titles, nobody cares. PS3 titles, okay, you know, let's get those out of the way. They're still going strong even though the PS4 is coming out. Last of Us is just about to come out. That's going to be awesome. And then they get into their new stuff. So they've got some new IPs out. A game called The Order, which looks awesome, like a steampunk monster killing, like it looks sweet. Tons of new IPs. They're talking about new IPs all over the place. From their first party developers, Santa Monica Studios and stuff like that. Which actually there was a surprising lack of Uncharted 4 and, you know, anything new God of War and stuff like that. They mainly focused on the third-party stuff. And a lot of people are giving Sony crap about that. Don't do that. Because the thing that put this guy on the map right here, the original Sony PlayStation, was third-party support. If it weren't for Namco and Konami and third-party developers making amazing titles for this guy, Sony never would have got off the ground. So I say third-party love all day. So give the third-party developers some room to breathe. Then bring up indie developers, showing off indie games, which are hot right now. They're trendy. They're hipster because they're underground. And they're touting that PlayStation 4 is going to be very indie-friendly, where indie developers will be able to self-publish, which is really cool for people that are into developing. I'm not, but, I mean, that seems like it's a really cool outlet to get more people involved on the PS4. Sony Picture Studios coming in, you know, give 5-10 minutes about streaming services, and yeah, Netflix will be back, and you don't have to be a PlayStation Plus member to use Netflix, like you have to be an Xbox Live Gold member, whatever. Flickster, a bunch of crap nobody uses. And then they just come out swinging. They just go right for the jugular. They just lay it out there, flat out, no elephant in the room, straight up. PS4 will play used games, flat out. No online DRM at all. It will not check in. The stupid little eye thing that nobody's ever going to use will not be spying on you. You don't have to have that required. You don't have to be online to play single-player games. Period. The place went nuts. If you didn't see it, it was amazing. It was like a freestyle rap battle. And Sony just threw down on Microsoft. It was amazing. And then the final blow, the haymaker, the KO, the Hadouken, they just came out and said it. By the way, PlayStation 4 is only going to be $399 US, $100 cheaper than the Microsoft Xbox One. Sold. They killed Microsoft. I mean, game over. I don't see how Microsoft comes back from this. And as a Sony fanboy, like, I'm sitting on my couch with headphones on listening to this presser, my wife's sitting beside me, and I'm like, oh, yay! Like, it was a street fight. And Sony just broke out a switchblade and just shanked the Xbox. It was a massacre, and I loved every second of it. So, like I said, I'm not a big current gen guy. I'm not a big new game kind of dude. But whenever they announce the PS4, whenever it's going to be released, I will be there, not at GameStop, but I will be somewhere purchasing a PlayStation 4. Because I'm sold. The only drawback, the one that they snuck in right under the radar, was the fact with the PS4, to play online multiplayer, you have to be a PlayStation Plus member. But, and this is the most glorious but, PS Plus will cost less than $5 a month, which is cheaper than Xbox Live Gold. Cloud saves, free games, three free indie games at launch of the PS4, and new games every month for free. Just for being a member, which would cost more than the price of admission to begin with. Plus, discounts on the PlayStation Network store. A bunch of other stuff. There's like a bulleted list. You can check it out. It was a massacre. And yeah, and one of those features is you have to be a PlayStation Plus member to play online multiplayer. Which, you know what? Small sacrifice. By the way, you get Drive Club for PS Plus for free. It's a AAA first-party title. A beautiful-looking driving game. Free. Freaking free. So, yeah, sign me up. I'm totally sold. We cannot be more excited about the PlayStation 4 because it marks a new beginning for Sony. I think this really turns it around and really gets the foothold back in the gaming industry. I think it'll be a renaissance for PlayStation gaming. PS4 hits the reset button and we will be experiencing games in a new way. They look amazing. So, day one, I will be firing up my PS4, and I guarantee you a video on that. PlayStation 4 coming soon. I'm in line. I'm a fan. Let's do this. PS4 all day. This is John from ReplayStation, signing off.